You've built something incredible. The trucks are moving, the phones are ringing, the jobs are coming in. And yet somehow it feels like you're running in place. You're working harder than ever, but that next level, that $1 million, $2 million, $5 million mark, the real breathing room, still feels just out of reach. And here's what no one tells you when you're in the trenches. What got you to where you are now, it's not going to get you to where you want to go.
Well, how do I get to a higher level?
The same hustle, the same hands-on habits, the same we'll just figure it out as we go approach that built your business can also become the very thing holding it back.
But I don't know what else to do.
I know, because I've seen it play out with so many couples in business together. One's running the jobs, one's running the business. Both are running on fumes. You hit that $500,000 mark and suddenly you realize you don't have a business anymore. You have a beast. But before we're done today, I'm going to show you the one system every seven-figure contractor has that most six-figure businesses don't have, and how putting it in place can completely change your growth trajectory.
I mean, when I look at you, I see success.
Oh, and at the end of this video, I'll share the one difference between CEOs who are successful in making this transition and the ones that fail. Welcome to the first official episode of Built for Two, CEO Edition. Well, hey there. I'm Kimberly Ferguson, CEO and founder of The Emerald Edge. Around here, we help husband and wife business partners step out of survival mode and start talking about other things at the dinner table. Because becoming a great CEO couple is less about losing your connection with each other and more about building a life you love through your business. And today we're going to talk about what that really looks like when you're building a business with your spouse. Because let's be honest, at $500,000, you've proven you can hustle. You've proven you can outwork just about anyone. But what got you here, the long days of just get it done attitude, the endless to-do list, it'll actually hold you back from hitting that next milestone.
Come on, no more tears. We're on to bigger and better things.
Scaling to $1 million and beyond isn't just about landing more jobs or hiring a few extra people. It's about evolving your role from being in the business every day to being over the business strategically.
We need a bird's eye view.
So in this video, we'll talk about how to make that shift, the habits that you need to change, the systems that will save your sanity, and the one area most contractor couples completely overlook that ends up costing them both peace and profit. And by the end, you'll know exactly what needs to change for your business to grow without you working harder or sacrificing your marriage in the process.
Oh, this is going to be good.
You made it this far because you're scrappy, hardworking, and relentlessly committed. You know how to roll up your sleeves, figure things out on the fly, and get the job done, even when you're exhausted, understaffed, or operating on caffeine and stubbornness.
I need coffee, extra strong.
And honestly, that grit is one of your greatest strengths. But here's where it becomes your bottleneck. Grit builds the business until it starts limiting the business. At $500,000, hustle is enough. But at $1 million and beyond, hustle becomes your ceiling. Why? Because you simply can't outwork to the next level. You can't double your revenue by doubling your hours, especially when you and your spouse are already stretched thinner than drywall.
But I can't keep working this way.
Most contractor couples stay stuck because they're still running the business the same way they did at $150,000 in revenue. They're saying yes to everything, juggling every urgent problem, personally holding every decision, stepping in to fix every fire, wearing 14 different hats at once. And that got you here. But the next level requires a completely different set of skills.
Unagi.
Hiring ahead of the curve instead of reacting to burnout. Delegating decisions, not just tasks. Building systems that don't rely on your memory. Prioritizing profitability instead of chasing busyness. Leading people, not managing chaos.
We just need to organize this place.
This is the shift most couples don't even realize that they need to make until everything starts feeling heavier, harder, and less profitable, even though revenue is climbing.
So what am I supposed to do?
And can we take a quick detour for some real talk? If your business still revolves around what you can personally do, it will always max out at what you can personally handle. So that's the trap that keeps brilliant contractors stuck on the hamster wheel. Not because you're unskilled, but because your role hasn't evolved to match the size of the business that you're trying to build.
I have a lot of work I need to do on myself.
So number 2, here's the uncomfortable thing most contractor couples never hear. You don't stall out at $600,000 or $900,000 because of a lack of effort. You stall out because your business is still built like a $250,000 operation.
Think bigger.
And if you're honest, a lot of the habits that helped you survive the early years are the exact same habits holding you back now. So let's break down the big ones, the ones that quietly cap your revenue even when you're grinding. Okay?
I'm all ears.
So our first habit is solving every problem yourself. Contractors are natural fixers. If something breaks, you step in. If someone on the team is confused, well, you jump in. If a client calls, you answer, even when you're at dinner or on a ladder or trying to have a quiet moment as a couple.
I have to take this.
But here's the catch. Every problem you personally solve robs your team of the chance to grow. And the bigger your company gets, the more expensive that habit becomes. Not just in time, but in lost opportunity.
Yeah, why waste an opportunity?
Scaling requires shifting from being the firefighter to being the fire prevention department.
Smokey the Bear says only you can prevent forest fires.
Our second habit is we'll figure it out later, systems. You've said it, I've said it, every small business owner has. But later tends to be the most expensive word in business. When you're small, you can run everything out of your head. You know where everything is, who needs what, and the exact way you want to get the job done. But once your business grows, you've got more jobs, more crews, more moving pieces. Every undocumented process becomes a miscommunication, a mistake, a change order, a missing invoice, a frustrated customer, or a job that should have made money, but didn't.
It's one stupid thing after another.
Lack of systems is the number one profit leak for contractor couples between $500,000 and $2 million. Not marketing, not labor costs, but systems. Because when you scale chaos, you just get bigger chaos. So habit number 3 is wearing every hat because we're used to it.
I acquired this hat.
Most husband-wife contractor teams are still running the business like it's year one. One of you juggling the field, one of you buried in the admin, both of you exhausted, neither one of you doing CEO level work.
I'm just trying to make it through the day.
But here's the pattern that I see over and over again. You hit a ceiling, not because you don't work hard, but because you're working on the wrong work.
What do you mean wrong?
If your day is full of tasks instead of decisions, well, you're chasing the urgent instead of building the important. If you're constantly reacting instead of intentionally leading, well, you can feel the weight of the ceiling, and no amount of hustle is going to break it.
It's too hard. Too hard!
So our fourth habit is treating growth like an accident instead of a plan. This one hurts a little, but a lot of contractor couples hit that $500,000 revenue mark accidentally through, grit, referrals, and just doing good work, right? But hitting $1 million or more, well, that doesn't happen by accident. That level requires a plan, a pipeline, a structure, predictable numbers, predictable jobs, predictable cash flow.
You just make a plan to make a plan?
If your growth strategy is work hard and hope jobs keep coming, well, you're not running a business. You're riding a wave. And waves eventually flatten. So the difference between hoping the business grows and building a business that grows, systems, strategy, and one of you stepping into the role of CEO.
I'm going to need a little bit more information.
Number 3 is the 5 shifts that take contractor couples from survival to scalable success. Scaling from busy and booked out to profitable and predictable isn't about working harder. It's about working differently.
Everybody start thinking outside the box.
And that's the difference between the successful couples and the ones who don't make it. This is where the identity shift happens. The shift from hustler to strategist, from operator to leader, from we'll figure it out to we've already built it.
Done and done.
And here are the 5 shifts every contractor couple must make to break past that revenue ceiling and build a business that actually supports your life, not swallows it.
Step 1.
So first we have to go from doing the work to designing the work. So in the early days, you were the business, right? You poured the concrete, you pulled the permits, you ran the payroll, you answered every call, sometimes in the same hour. But at the next level, your job isn't to be inside the work. It's to architect the work.
Why are you not writing this down?
This is the moment you step out of the weeds and you start designing the systems, the workflow, the customer experience, the quality controls, the profitability structure. Your business grows the moment you stop being the engine and you start being the engineer. And your spouse will thank you. Your blood pressure will thank you. And your profit margins will thank you.
Step 2.
So our next shift is from verbal instructions to repeatable processes. If your business still runs on, honey, can you tell the crew to, then congratulations. You've accidentally become human SOPs. And let me tell you, human SOPs get tired. They forget things. They get resentful. They want dinner, a break, a marriage, maybe.
What? Me? No.
Documenting processes isn't corporate nonsense. It's relationship insurance. Because when your team knows exactly how to do things your way without constantly checking in with you, you get fewer emergencies, fewer mistakes, and fewer 10 p.m. Babe, did you text that client moments?
I keep feeling like I'm forgetting something.
This one shift can add back hours to your week and peace to your marriage.
Shall we discuss step 3?
Our next shift is from we can't afford help to we can't afford not to. This is the biggest mental block contractor couples face. You think hiring so you can step out of the weeds is a luxury, but the reality is if you're doing $20 an hour tasks as a CEO, even $30 an hour tasks, your business is losing money.
You gotta spend money to make money.
Hiring isn't overhead, it's multiplication. The moment you hire someone to take the low value work off of your plate, well, you unlock the high value work that actually moves the business. Sales, strategy, partnerships, service improvements, profitability, planning. You can't get to $1 million with a $300,000 mindset. You have to hire for the business that you're building, not the business you're surviving.
Step 4.
Our next shift is from cash flow chaos to consistent financial rhythm. This is where a lot of contractors get tripped up. When the money's good, everything's good. When it dries up, it really dries up.
I don't need it.
Why? Because the business still runs like a job, not a company. Financial rhythms change the game.
Do tell.
Weekly financial check-ins, job costing every project, predictable owner's pay, a cash flow system that smooths out those highs and lows, allocations for taxes, profits, operations, materials. Contractors who level up don't wait until tax time to see how much they made. They know their numbers in real time, and they make decisions accordingly.
I got it all figured out.
This alone can unlock tens of thousands in profits you didn't even know you were losing.
Step 5.
And our last shift is from we have to do everything to we lead everything.
Lead?
Leadership for contractor couples isn't about being the loudest, the toughest, or doing the most work on the job site. It's about communicating clearly, setting expectations, building a team you trust, letting go of control, and focusing on what only you can do.
I like the sound of that.
Your team will rise to your standard, but only if you give them permission to. When you move from managing tasks to leading people, your team transforms. They stop relying on you for every little decision and start owning their responsibilities. That's when your company becomes scalable, because you are no longer the bottleneck.
And we barely even tapped the vastness of human potential.
And that's the moment every contractor couple can finally breathe and go, oh, This is what running a business is supposed to feel like.
Well, it's about time.
And back to number 4, here's something most contractor couples don't say out loud. Leveling up feels terrifying. Not because you don't want growth, not because you're not capable, but because growth requires you to become someone you haven't been before. And that part, it's a little uncomfortable. So let's break down what's actually going on beneath the surface, because once you understand the fear, it stops running the show.
I'm the captain now.
So our first fear is letting go of what feels safe. Doing the work yourself feels safe, right? Handling all the decisions feels safe. Keeping everything in your head feels safe. It's familiar. It's what got you to where you are now. It's what you know how to do well. It's what you trust.
Do I have to do everything myself?
But here's the catch. The things that feel safest are often the things that keep you stuck. Moving from doing everything to designing everything requires trusting your systems, your team, your spouse, and yourself as a real CEO. And trust requires letting go. And that's why it feels scary. But not because you'll lose control, but because you're expanding beyond the comfort zone that has got you this far.
I have a hard time trusting people too.
So our next fear is fear of hiring and paying for help. Every contractor couple hits this wall. What if we hire someone and it doesn't work out? What if they mess things up? What if they don't work as fast as we do? What if we can't afford it? Well, here's the reality. You are already paying for help. You're just paying for it with your own exhaustion, your evenings, your Saturday, and maybe your marriage.
Clock and everything on the line?
Hiring support isn't reckless, it's responsible. You're buying back your time so you can grow beyond your current ceiling. And when you do it strategically, with systems and training and clear expectations, it's one of the safest investments that you can make.
Take my money.
Our next fear is fear of becoming a real CEO. Ooh, that one's a little sneaky. Being a real CEO means making strategic decisions, delegating authority, reading your numbers, setting standards, saying no when you need to, and stepping into leadership. And leadership might feel a little big. Like, do I really know what I'm doing big? But in reality, every CEO you admire feels like an imposter before they felt like a leader. They just kept moving anyway. So that discomfort you feel, it's not a warning. It's a green light.
Proceed.
Our next fear is fear of losing control. The classic contractor fear. If I hand off client communication, if I don't personally do the walkthrough, if someone else does the bid, if the crew works without me on site. Your brain jumps straight to, what if everything falls apart? But here's a plot twist. Nothing will fall apart if you build the right systems.
Follow the ordering procedure and you will be fine.
Better yet, things will actually run more smoothly. Control doesn't come from doing everything yourself. Control comes from duplicating excellence through systems, training, and expectation setting. Once you experience that level of support, you'll wonder why you clung so tightly for so long.
You're going to have to pry it out of his cold, dead hand.
Now our next fear is, what if we actually grow? This is a fear no one really talks about, but every contractor couple feels. You spent years being the person who fixes everything, the one who shows up, the one who figures it out, the one who takes care of clients, the one the team depends on. So the idea of becoming the visionary, the one who leads instead of hustles, feels like a whole identity shift. And guess what? It is. But it's a shift toward more time, more profit, more freedom, and a better marriage, if we're being honest, right? Growth asks more of you, but it also gives more back.
Well, that seems simple enough.
The bottom line is you're not scared of growth. You're scared of the version of you that you haven't met yet.
I'm you from the future.
But that version, she's capable. He's strategic. You both are built for more. And every time you choose systems over chaos, delegation over exhaustion, clarity over survival mode, you get one step closer to that next level version of yourselves.
I'm scared. I'm not scared. You're scared.
So number 5 is the identity shift every contractor couple has to make. And that's from technician to leadership. There comes a point in every contracting business where the work itself is no longer the real work. Up until now, your business has grown because you've been in the field, on the job, on the phone, in the estimates, and in every detail of everything. That's how most contractors hit multi-six figures, right? Skill, hustle, reputation, repeat. But here's the shift most couples never make. You can't scale a business if you're still working inside of it the same way you did when it was small. At some point, the thing holding your business back, it's not the market or the leads or the economy. It's the identity you're still operating from.
Not me. Not anymore.
Let's walk through what actually changes when you evolve from we do the work to we design how the work gets done. So from doing the work to designing the systems, most contractor couples think their value is their hands-on work, your craftsmanship, your client relationships, your ability to step in and fix anything. But if your business only works when you do, it's not a business. It's a very stressful job that you happen to own.
I take full responsibility.
Leaders don't just do the work. Leaders architect the systems. How leads move through the pipeline, how bids are created, how jobs are scheduled, how customers are updated, how quality is maintained, how payments are collected, how the team operates without depending entirely on you. Doing the work grows revenue. Designing the process grows company.
It's all starting to make sense now.
Next, we go from being the go-to problem solver to becoming the decision maker. Contractor couples are notorious for this. Everyone on the team comes to you for answers, and you give them because you know the job. You've done it for years. You can fix anything in half the time. But if every decision flows through you, you've capped your team's ability to solve problems and your business's ability to scale. When you move into leadership, you stop answering every question and you start creating the environment where your team can answer their own. That's where systems, SOPs, expectations, and boundaries come in. Your new job isn't fixer. Your new job is leader, which means you build clarity so your team can build confidence.
I know you can do this. Come on, baby.
Next, we go from being everywhere to being strategic. At that $300,000 to $500,000 level, you can still be everywhere and survive. But at $1 million plus, that will break you. Leadership requires elevation. You shift from being on the job site to reviewing job profitability, jumping into tasks to making decisions that impact the whole company, from reacting to anticipating, from running around to running the business. And that shift, it feels a little weird at first, maybe even a little uncomfortable, like you're not working hard enough. But working harder is what got you here. Working smarter is what takes you beyond this level.
Work smarter, not harder.
Our next shift is from I'll just do it myself to we can build a team that can do this without us. This is the hardest shift for a lot of folks in contracting, right? Especially when you're used to doing everything yourselves. Your identity has been, we're the ones who deliver the quality. We make sure it's done right. Our clients specifically want us. And that has been true until now. To scale, you have to shift from we are the business to we lead the business. And that means hiring people you trust, training them well, giving them authority, letting them own the outcome, and letting go without micromanaging.
I'm finished! Finally, I'm a beautiful butterfly!
This shift isn't just about scaling revenue. It protects your marriage, your sanity, and your long-term freedom. Because the goal isn't to build a business that needs you 24/7. It's to build a business that frees you.
I want to break free!
Our next shift is from identity based on performance to identity based on vision. This one's deep, but it's the most important. For years, your worth has come from how much you do, how hard you work, how many jobs you finish, how many hours you put in, how many fires you put out, how much you can carry. But leaders don't measure themselves by performance. They measure themselves by direction, vision, capacity, clarity, decisions, standards. Leaders become the steady heartbeat the business anchors to, not the ones running around trying to keep the wheels from falling off. This identity shift is what makes you unstoppable. It's what takes a contractor couple from overwhelmed and overworked to powerful, profitable, and still in control.
Don't worry, I got this.
And here's the part most contractor couples get wrong. They think these shifts all happen at once. Like one day you just wake up and suddenly you're a vision-led leader with systems, delegation, clarity, and a team that magically reads your mind. Wouldn't that be nice? It doesn't work like that. These identity shifts happen the same way your biggest projects get built. One intentional step at a time, in the right order, with the right foundation beneath it. And yes, your spouse is a part of this too. The two of you are the engine that drives this whole thing. So when you shift together, the business scales faster, smoother, and with a lot less chaos.
It all works out.
So now let's bring this full circle. Here's what I want you to remember. Your next level doesn't require you to work harder. It requires you to lead differently. Your business rises to meet the leader that you become. So when you grow, your team grows. When you set clear expectations, they rise to meet them. When you step out of the weeds, they finally have room to step up. When you build systems, they deliver consistency without depending on you. When you elevate your identity from hands-on contractor to vision-led CEO, well, your business starts reflecting that shift almost immediately. The ceiling your business has been hitting, it wasn't your market. It wasn't your competition. It wasn't your team. It was the version of leadership that you were operating from.
I see that now.
And the moment you upgrade that, everything else upgrades with it. Slowly at first, then all at once. So if you're ready to stop relying on grit, guesswork, and finally lead your contracting business like the profitable, scalable company it's meant to be, you don't have to figure it out all alone. Inside our CFO advisory, we help contractor couples understand their numbers, build scalable systems, improve cash flow, grow profit margins, and make decisions like CEOs, not firefighters.
This is some good stuff.
So if this episode lit a fire under you, it's probably time to get the financial clarity and leadership clarity that you've been missing. So use the link below to contact us and see what working together could look like. Your business is ready for its next level. Now it's time for you to lead it there. This has been Built for Two, where systems keep your business steady, strategy helps it grow, and building it with your soulmate makes the whole adventure worth it. I hope this episode helps you and your spouse honor the grit that got you here. But while the grind got you into the game, stepping into your roles as leaders is what will take you to the next level without costing you your marriage or your sanity. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in my next video.